Today I want to enhance what we've had by looking at the association we keep in life. And my focus today would really be looking at the awareness that we need to have with negative association rather than talking on the positive association. So I want to create that awareness that we need to be conscious of the association we keep. To look at that, I'm going to say the association we keep in life actually determines and reflects the type of life we live, the outcome of our life. Therefore, the people we associate with or the things we associate with in our life actually plays a vital role in shaping who we are. How would I define association? I would define it as the people or the things that influences us positively or negatively. They do say that we conform to the norm of the group we're in contact with. So I'm going to be looking at two aspects of it. I'm going to be looking at things we associate with in terms of our experience, what has happened to us in the past, and I'm going to look at it in terms of the relationship we keep. So looking at the experience we have in life through parents, teachers, people we come in contact with actually influence our life in some way or the other. And it's about being conscious of the impact it has on our life. That is key. I'm going to illustrate this by using a story of a young man who said as a child, his mother would often say to him, he cannot amount to anything good. He constantly heard his mother saying that. So it was no coincidence that when he started school, his teachers were saying the same thing. That was all he was getting. Then eventually, his peer group was saying the same thing. What transpires here is it became a thought in his mind. He saw that as who he was. Then he related to it. It became an association, an identity he gave himself, that he couldn't amount to anything good. So he spent his life that way. According to this young man, he said even when he's faced with an opportunity in life, something within him will rise and say, no, that opportunity is not for you. You cannot amount to anything good. And he spent almost 20 years of his life living a life like that. He didn't know what was wrong with him. He didn't realize that it was the statement that he has associated with that was creating the result he was getting in his life. Until eventually he came in contact with something that changed his mindset, his belief about himself. And that was when he had a change in his life. He started seeing results. He knew that he could amount to something good. What am I saying here? You might have had something happen in your life, an experience that was no fault of yours, but that experience has become a thought in your mind that is in the subconscious, and you believed it. And that belief actually creates the kind of attitude we have towards life. From that attitude, we take our actions, and then we get the result we get. So, this young man, as I said, that was the story of his life until he changed that mindset, that belief. So now quickly move on to the relationship. The relationship we keep influences us. They do say, show me your friends and I can tell who you are. I don't know if that's the way they say it, but something along that line. With this one, I'm going to use an experience in my life. At the age of 35, I woke up one day and I had a dream of inspiring others, transforming life. At that point in my life, I was not living anything near it at the age of 35. And I thought to myself, if you don't do anything about it now, you probably wouldn't live that dream. Fear came into me, and I thought, what can I do here? I asked myself a question, what can I do? That question propelled something within me. I had little education at the time. I had 2 children. I was in a full-time job. So I thought to myself, go and study. You want to inspire others, you want to make a difference in the life of others, go and study. This decision actually brought in excitement within me. I thought, wow, if I can achieve that, then I'm on the journey of living my dream. The excitement, I couldn't keep it to myself. I couldn't hold it to myself. I thought, I've got to share this. And who do I share it with? My association. So I gave a friend of mine a call, and I said, Mary, after all the greetings, Mary could sense the excitement in my voice. Mary went, Lydia, you've won the lottery, have you? I don't play the lottery, but I've won something that will transform my life. I told her I wanted to go to the university to study. Mary started laughing. She kept on laughing. I couldn't relate to what was funny. Then eventually when she stopped laughing, she said, you're joking, aren't you? I said, no. He said, Lydia, you dropped out of school when you didn't have any child. Is it now that you have 2 children, you want to go back to college? How are you going to cope with the assignment? You were not clever at school. So what about your full-time job? What's going to happen there? Who's going to look after those children? She came up with all the negative stuff I could think of. By the time I came off that phone, all the excitement was gone. The only thought in my mind was all those things. You dropped out of school, you were not good at school, who's going to look after those children? The guilt came in. Who's going to look after my children? How am I going to cope? So that went on. Then something within me, you always have something within you that still speaks, no matter what you're going through. You just have to listen to it, hear it. Something within me spoke and said to me, no, you don't have to listen to what Mary said. You would have thought that would change my life. No. Because whoever you associate with, you are like them. Something within me was saying I needed a second opinion. I needed to speak to somebody else. I needed somebody to agree with me. My self-confidence was not doing it alone. I still needed an association that told me, somebody within my association that made me feel that is the right thing to do. So I called another friend. I called her Sharon for the sake of keeping her identity. And I said, Sharon, this time I didn't even allow her to greet me. I didn't allow the greeting to go. I said, Sharon, it's Lydia. I've decided to go back to the university. I want to study for a degree. Sharon went, you're quitting your job? I said, oh, no, I'm not quitting my job. You can see I've gone timid now. That is what your association that are negative will do to you. Even when you've got a good goal, they will make it look as if it's something negative. I came off that phone again and I'm thinking, my friends know me better. Maybe this is just a daydream. Maybe they're right. How am I going to cope with the finance of paying for this course anyway? Then I started telling myself things to keep me in that comfort zone. And that was it for the next 2 years. That dream dashed. Each time it came up, I said, well, I don't think it was for me. I think I was just daydreaming. Until one day, one glorious day, I bumped into a colleague we've worked together for years. We were kind of catching up to find out what is going on in our lives. And she told me she's on her 2nd year of her degree, studying part-time in the university. You can imagine my ears went up. That's what I wanted to hear. So I said, how did you do it? I wanted to do that 2 years ago, but I didn't have the courage to follow it up. A positive association will bring something positive into your life. She didn't only tell me how I can go about it. She told me my boss can pay for the course and I can get time off. And that was how she did it. And she also encouraged me and motivated me that the support I need in terms of thinking I won't be able to cope should be there, and there'll be many support. We can form a team to study together. What am I saying here? The association you keep actually reflects your life. It reflects what happened in your life. We need to be awakened to this, the impact of this kind of subtle thing, because it's quite subtle. You don't think about it. You don't think your association has an impact. We need to be very conscious of the impact of our association. I'm sure you're listening to me today and you're saying, okay, Lydia, we've heard you. I've got people around me that are negative association. What can I do? There are three things you can do. One, you disassociate with those people. You cut yourself off. And that was what I did. All right, you must say, Lydia, that is tough. Those are people I've known all my life. They've always been there. Well, you have a choice. It's either your dream or your friends. You choose. The next thing you could do is limit your association. For some, that might be the way forward for them. They might not choose the first one. Limiting your association means spending limited time with negative association and spending your major time with positive association. That way, a positive association will enhance what you're doing. The final thing, the third thing you can do is to expand your association. How do you do that? You deliberately choose positive association into your life. People that are like-minded. People that will add value to your life. People that would enhance your vision, your dream. You can do that in many forms. You can do that through going to seminar. You can do that through reading books. You can do that through forming association with people, networking. There are so many ways, especially these days, that we can form positive association. And to go on with my story, because I'm sure you want to hear it, I did go to the university and I came out with a postgraduate degree. Well done. I'm standing here today. I'm on the journey of living that dream. If I've kept my association, I don't think so. Because you think the way your friends think. Your friends will either enhance your vision or they will choke it. You choose. I'm going to end with a statement that has been like a navigating tool for choosing my own association. And the statement goes like this. Be careful of the environment you choose, for it will shape you. Be careful of the friends you choose, for you will become like them. Whosoever you surround yourself with determines the outcome of your life. And now we'll close there. Thank you.